You guys were after me. I sort of had to focus. I was the hunted, and now I'm the hunter.
Well, Trump has taken on everyone from the Associated Press to NPR and PBS, and now he's actively pursuing multiple lawsuits against several media organizations, and with surprising success. The first came in March of last year when he sued ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos, claimed Trump was found legally liable for, quote, rape. Disney settled in that case in December, paying $15 million to President Trump's future presidential library.
Yeah, and the next came in October 2024 when Trump sued CBS News, claiming the network deceptively edited an interview with then presidential candidate Kamala Harris. The network settled that case earlier this month, with CBS parent company Paramount shelling out $16 million to President Trump's presidential library, again, plus covering legal costs.
And that brings us back to the president's most recent lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal and its owner, Rupert Murdoch, related to that controversial report linking Trump to Epstein. Trump's lawsuit claims that the article amounts to libel and seeks $10 billion in damages. The outcome of that case is obviously still pending.
That's right, brand new. But that doesn't mean that media companies aren't fighting back. After inking a $1.5 billion deal with Paramount, the comedy show SouthPark released its 27th season premiere episode, which skewered the president in graphic fashion, and even Paramount itself. Here's a little of what we can actually show you.
I didn't want to come back and be in the school, but I had to because it was part of a lawsuit and the agreement with Paramount. You guys saw what happened to CBS? You really want to end up like Colbert?
Well, that joke was, of course, in reference to the recent cancellation of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, which is being taken off the air next May, though the network cited financial reasons, not the president, for the shuffle.
Okay, a lot to get through, a lot going on. Here now to sort through it all, the host of The Rob Carson Show and former comedy writer for Rush Limbaugh, Rob Carson, along with the host of The Briefing on N2, Ed Henry. Gentlemen, good to see you both.
Good to see you.
First off, I will say when it comes to South Park, I feel like anyone's fair game.
Oh, yeah, they're intense.
I've been watching them for years. But some might see issue with that. Ed, I want your take on all this. And again, President Trump having a lot of success fighting back. I think he's fighting back to get truth out of these media companies, and that's the point.
I think he's being a lot more successful because he's got smart policies, the common sense agenda, of course, but also because he's on offense. I covered the first Trump administration, and he was a bit on defense because he had conflicting advice, you know, from swamp creatures, frankly, not just, Democrats, but some rhino Republicans in his own party were like, oh, don't fight too hard and don't fully drain the. Now he's all in, guys, and the results. The proof's in the pudding, as they say. As for the comedy shows and the late night folks and The View taking a hiatus, the marketplace for loony left ideas has dried up. It's not about censorship. People ain't buying it anymore.
That's a very good point there. You know, Rob, we heard President Trump saying he used to be the hunter, or the hunted rather, and now he is the hunter again. A very different scenario that we're watching unfold.
Yeah, I like to say conservative comedy is on the ascension because the left can't be taken seriously anymore. And that's absolutely true. They can't. Their ideas are so absurd and ridiculous. You can't do anything but make fun of them. That's what I do for a living, by the way. As far as South Park, thank you very much. Donald Trump thinks I'm the funniest guy on TV. Seriously. And he doesn't even drink. Oh, my God. That said, South Park, South Park is South Park. I can understand the sensitivity. Donald Trump gets beaten every damn day by the media, 97% of the negative times. But they are satire. When they lose truth and just become mean, then it's not funny anymore, like Stephen Colbert. I'll reserve because I haven't seen the scene in South Park where Trump, I guess, sleeps with the devil. Whatever. And of course, they skewer Jesus Christ because if they did it to Allah, they'd all be murdered. But they can do the Jesus, and they do a really good job of it. So I'm not going to be too hard on them. It's just when they cross a line to just being partisan and just being jerks and not being funny, and that's when it's no longer entertaining. It's just mean.